what up with it? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. It's your boy Cadillac Red. So last week I did a video. I did a video on Scam Daddy. I mean Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? And once I did the video, a lot of people asked me, who is Scam Daddy and why do you call him that and how did he get that name or whatnot. It's a lot of questions that I didn't know. So I figured, let me call in one of the big guns, one of the OGs, a historian, and maybe they can help break it down and we'll get to the bottom of some things today. So I got none other than the OG Coach Kurt Suga. You know what I'm saying? You here with us? You here with us, OG?
Yes, indeed, man. What's going on, chat? What's up, Cadillac Red? Glad to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming through. All right. So before we get into the history of everything, give me a brief history about yourself. Of course, I know you, but for the people that don't know you, give me a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Curtis Anderson. People call me Kurt Sugar. I was named after Burt Sugar. He was a famous boxing historian with the cigar and the fedora hat. He passed away. He was real popular. I was born in Paterson, New Jersey, boxing town, raised in Paterson and Newark. Paterson and Newark are both boxing towns. Marvin Hagler's from Newark, James Hard Rock Green from Newark, Gerald Hayes, Maurice Harris, and from Paterson, I grew up with Rocky Lockridge and Johnny Bump City Bumpers and Frankie Toledo, the Toledo brothers, Kendall Holt, I know, and Omar Shika, I know. You know, they all from Paterson. So I was very lucky. That started my pedigree. My father, Calvin Lee Vines, from Virginia, was an amateur fighter. He was a boxing historian. My uncle Frankie, my uncle Rayfield, and my uncle Johnny, they all were boxing historians. So my father, you know, Cadillac, had this old projector. And I was like about 6 or 7 years old. I would say 7 years old. And we used to sit down and watch fights. He wanted to see if I would take to the sport of boxing. And I did. I fell in love with it. He used to go to the library and get books. And I used to study the books where kids was learning and talking about Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk. I was learning about Harry Greb and Sam Langford and Sugar Ray Robinson. I took to those guys. I took to the swagger of Sugar Ray Robinson. He's my favorite fighter of all time. And it grew from there. My father took me to the Ali versus Foreman fight at the Fabian Movie Theater in Paterson. That's when they had the closed circuit model. And I never seen grown men hugging each other that didn't know each other and crying because Muhammad Ali upset George Foreman and the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974. And he started telling me things, and I start memorizing off the top of my head. I was maybe like 9 or 10 years old, and he would be like, you know, what year did Benny Leonard become lightweight champion? I would be like 1917 and 1925 because I would read these books, you know, and it just stuck in my head. And I'm 54 now, and so I got 47 years in the game. And I've been around fighters. I talk to fighters like Tim Witherspoon on a regular on their private phone, Aaron Superman Davis, Kevin Kelly, you know, fighters like that. Referees, I ain't going to say their name. They don't want their name mentioned, but he does all the big fights. And I'm like, okay, I won't mention your name, but he's from Newark. That's all I'm going to say. You might know what I'm talking about. But, you know, so boxing is my unadulterated, raw passion. And as much as I love my Steelers and my Yankees and my New Jersey Devils, I'm an all-around sports guy. I even like soccer and hockey, for crying out loud. But boxing is my true wife and girlfriend and passion.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, see, that's why I called him. You know what I'm saying? So we could definitely break down, and he'll know all the shit that I don't know, because I just know a couple of the stories, so he gonna break down the stories and everything. Okay, so the main reason I brought you is because I heard that Scam Daddy stole Top Rank from the Nation of Islam. Is that true?
That's 100% correct. I'm gonna tell you the story.
Hold on. Before we get into the story, okay. Before we get to the story, so that right there is a reason why I don't like him, and it's like something telling me by nature not to like him, and I don't know why. That's why. And then you find that out. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's break it down. What time period was all this? What time period are we going to?
This was the 60s. He was getting his feet wet. I don't know if you want me to go into the story now or you got more questions.
No, go ahead. Go into the story. Go into the story.
Okay. Well, Bob Arum was from New York. He was a tax lawyer for the Kennedy regime. His first taste of boxing, where he was assigned to a case involving Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson. He was there to confiscate the money because Sonny Liston was a real dark character. People just don't realize he made Mike Tyson look like a choir boy. He was the bad man for the mafia. So Bob Arum was there to confiscate the money that they earned from the Liston and Patterson fight because they was fighting organized crime. But he was a tax lawyer. So when he got his taste in boxing by confiscating the money and talking to boxing people, see what Bob did, Bob used Jim Brown because, see, Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali were the best of friends. They were really close. He didn't go directly to Muhammad Ali. He used Jim Brown to get Muhammad Ali. He told Jim Brown that he wanted to meet Muhammad Ali. And when he met Muhammad Ali, Ali was impressed by Bob Arum. Bob Arum became Muhammad Ali's secretary. A lot of people don't know that. He should do things for Ali, but at the same time, he was his secretary. He was like a double agent. He would look and see how Ali would do things. Ali had a company called Main Bouts with his brothers, and there was some other people who owned the share in the company Main Bouts, and they had a vision that they was going to take over boxing. Bob saw this, and Bob came close to was close to Jim Brown, developed a relationship, but that relationship was phony. He only did that to get next to Muhammad Ali, and that's what happened. When he got next to Muhammad Ali unknowingly, unwittingly was showing him the ropes. But Bob had a personal agenda. Bob was staging a takeover.
Okay, hold on.
That's what he did.
Okay, hold on, OG, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. So I want to make sure we all got this correct. So, Bob was doing the tax work, and it was because he was with Sonny Liston that he saw the opening with Muhammad Ali, and he used Jim Brown to get next to him. That's correct?
That's 100% correct.
Okay. So, unbeknownst to Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, the devil get close to him or whatnot. All right, go ahead, continue. I just wanted to make sure it was through Sonny Liston he saw the plan. I didn't know if he saw the plan because he was cool with Jim Brown and did it that way.
He was there to get the purses from Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson because they was fighting organized crime. So Bob was assigned to the case, and that's what started the whole thing. But, after he came cool with Muhammad Ali, he knew Muhammad Ali, spread himself too thin. Being a celebrity that he was. Remember, Ali was the most recognizable face on the planet. Mm-hmm. And Bob used his expertise because we all know lawyers are slicks. I don't care if he's a tax lawyer or a criminal lawyer. Lawyers are slick. They're taught in school to be slick. And very slowly, Muhammad Ali went away from the company. And that's when Bob Arum came and swooped in because he started promoting the Top Rank incorporated himself in 1973. That's when it started. And Main Bouts fell by the wayside. They even changed the name. And for what I heard, that they bought some people out. Bob did a lot of snake stuff, man. He would do anything to get what he wanted. And that's what he did. Top Rank came about in 1973. The first major fight they promoted was the Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier 2 fight, which was January 28, 1974. That was the rematch. And he took off from there. Main Bouts fell by the wayside. Main Bouts now became Top Rank, and Top Rank was Bob Arum's company because he had the cachet and he had the connections to do away with Main Bouts. And it was a chef for the Nation of Islam who had stake in Muhammad Ali's company. He bought him out, and Main Bouts became Top Rank.
Okay. So he bought them out. And what was Muhammad Ali doing at this time when he switched to Top Rank? What was his role in Top Rank? Was he just a boxer? Was he like part owner? He had what was going on with that?
Muhammad Ali was just the face of the promotional company. He wasn't in the company like that business wise. That's why Arum was able to take the company. If Muhammad Ali was on top of it, then it wouldn't have happened. But Muhammad Ali wasn't even in the office 90% of the time because he was still fighting, and Bob Arum knew it. Bob Arum took the company over because he knew that Ali would not be involved. Ali wasn't involved. He was just the face of the company and owned the percentage of the company. It was other people who didn't know how slick Bob was, and Bob took advantage of that.
Okay. So now they fighting. What you say? That's 74.
Yeah, the company came in 73, but the first major promotion for Top Rank was in 74. Ali and Frazier too.
Okay. And when was Foreman? What year was Foreman in Ali?
Oh, that was 74.
That happened. So that was a Top Rank event.
I'm not sure that was a Top Rank event. I don't think so. Ali and Frazier too was Top Rank. I forgot who promoted. I'll find out for you.
I think that wasn't Don King involved in that.
It might have been. I'm not sure. I'm not going to spew wrong information, but I can find out for you.
All right. Now the reason I asked about Don King because I want to know what was Don. Now I hear growing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit younger, but growing up, I remember everyone saying Don King ain't shit. Don King will rob you. Don King is not the guy you want to mess with in boxing. Meanwhile, Bob Arum was doing, if not the same, worse shit. And I know that these two guys had like a real big beef with each other. Can you break that down and how all that came about?
Yeah, getting back to you, it just came to me, man. It's funny, Cadillac, how I could forget something in boxing. I could be washing dishes and it just pop up. Don King won the bidding war with Ali and Foreman because Bob Arum wanted to promote that fight, but Don King, now I remember, Don King won the bidding war because he brought Foreman a $5 million check and stuff, and he promised them that Ali will get the same.
So he won the purse bid. He won the purse bid.
Right.
So hold on, Scam Daddy was losing purse bids back then?
Yep.
Exposed. See, shit like that get you exposed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's a great jewel. Thank you, OG.
See, no problem. Bob Arum couldn't get over on Don King. Don King always been a thorn in Bob Arum's side because what helped Don King had connections to the mob in Cleveland. That's why he could never be charged. They try to charge him with tax evasion and corruption. They could never get. Don King became Teflon because of his connections to the underworld of Cleveland. That's how he started out. Don King killed 2 people, and he went to jail for a short period of time. In jail, he had a vision of becoming a boxing promoter. Don King always had the upper hand against Bob Arum because of those connections, and he was very street savvy. He wasn't educated like Bob Arum, but Don connected to the fighters that Bob Arum couldn't. Bob Arum couldn't reach the fighters like Don King. That's why Don King was always a thorn in Bob Arum's side. Arum had his fighters, but Don King had the heavyweight division. As the heavyweight division goes, so does boxing.
Facts. And at this point in time, I believe, I don't want to. I'm gonna say it, but I know it's not accurate. But at this time, this is like back in the 70s. Black fighters sold, so Don King being black is easier for him to maneuver with his people than it would be Bob. You know what I'm saying, or whatnot. Will we say that that's correct?
That's very correct. Don had that street bravado. He'd go to a black fighter and be like, "Yo, why you want to be with the other man? Be with the brother, man." Don was slick like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he, as being a black man and people of oppression, he would use that racial barrier to reel the fighter in. You got to remember something. When he promoted Holmes and Cooney, this is a true story. Because I asked Jerry Cooney when I met him on 34th Street in Manhattan. Don King told Jerry Cooney during the New York press conference right before the fight, I want you to call Holmes the N-word. And Jerry looked at him and said, I ain't doing that. Jerry was completely different. Jerry's a sweetheart of a guy, man. But Don was like, it's just for promotion. Jerry Cooney said, if I would have did that, I would have been public enemy number one to black people, and I got too much respect for him. He said, I'm not doing that, Don. Yeah. That's a true story.
Yeah, that's big ups, man. That's big ups. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking ridiculous right there.
I asked him myself,
but you know what though? Ain't nothing wrong. I don't mean to say it ain't nothing wrong with that, but Don King ready to hang. He's ready to hang the white boy. Go ahead, call him a nigga. Call him a nigga. It's cool. I'll give you the card. It's cool. Don King a trip, boy. Okay. So yeah. Explain to me. You're saying break down a little bit more of the beef between them. And did Bob have a say so or doing in ushering Don King out of the game?
No, Don King got ushered out of the game because there was no more heavyweights who the public gravitated towards. That's why he got Mike Tyson. He had Ali. He had the whole heavyweight division unlocked. That was his meal ticket. Remember, later during his years, he started promoting heavyweights in Europe. He had they call the Big Red Giant, Nikolai Valuev, and for a short time he had Holyfield. But when those popular heavyweights started to wane, that was Don King's undoing. It was his time had passed because he depended on the heavyweights to always sell. He didn't know, and I didn't know, or anybody who knows boxing didn't know that the heavyweight division would be so obscure. Because the heavyweight division always been the division that ran boxing, and you always had the most popular fighters that were heavyweights. Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Mike Tyson, Vander Holyfield. It always been like that.
Yeah.
But after Tyson, and even Holmes was a popular fighter, but he didn't capture the public imagination. But I, as a boxing fan, I would never thought it would be obscure where other division would take over the heavyweight division, and that was Don King. His time just passed where Arum had different fighters from different divisions that were popular. Like he had the Lairds and the Haglers, and the Durans. That's what kept him afloat.
Okay. So that's what leads me into my next question about Scam Daddy. Is that those scars that he took from back then from Don King, is that the reason why he has all these little guys now and he able to do trash ass Tuesday night, Thursday night fights with all these little dudes that's from like Jockovania and shit like that? They should be jockeys, but they boxing and shit.
Yeah, that is true. Bob Arum was smart because Bob Arum thing was, I'm going to promote in many divisions. He couldn't promote heavyweights because Don King had that on lock. Don King gambled where he thought there was always going to be a heavyweight like a Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, a popular heavyweight, and that's not the case. But it's just that the lighter weight division had popular fighters. What helped Bob Arum was the Fabulous Four, the Hearnses and the Haglers and the Leonards and the Rands. That really helped him. And plus, he had that contract back in the 80s with ESPN. That also helped him. That was a big boost for his company because it brought his company to your living room. ESPN was always on in your living room. And ESPN was a booming new company, and it worked out for him because you could showcase his fights and his fighters on ESPN.
Okay. Hold on. Because I'm kind of baffled right now. So this is not his first go-round with ESPN?
Oh, Don King first contract.
No, not Don King. I'm talking about Bob Arum. Bob Arum.
Bob Arum.
Yeah. Okay. He had a contract with ESPN back in the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the early 80s.
Okay, go ahead. Break it down. Break it down to me. How about this? This is his second go round with ESPN.
This is his second go around.
Okay, so yeah, he had it in the '80s. What happened with the contract? Why they got rid of it?
They got rid of it because Bob Arum wanted more money for his fighters, and the company wasn't willing to pay him what he wanted. So they got rid of him, and then they brought him back recently because ESPN found out that you could make money. Like Lomachenko and Lopez did 3 million viewership, and Crawford and Brook did 2.8 viewership. So they were smart enough to be like, hey, wait a minute, maybe we made a mistake. And so they brung it back. But in the 80s, the formula Cadillac Red was get your fighters on network TV. See, Don King had HBO on lock.
Yeah.
And Bob Arum had ESPN on lock. And ESPN is not a paid subscription channel. So if you wasn't looking at CBS or NBC, free network TV, you was looking at ESPN.
That is factual. I remember those are like early days of me, like, you know, being a little kid running around, seeing the fight on. But I know, now that I'm older, I know I could tell a difference because I remember Don King had his logos on the turnbuckles and shit. So I know that was a Don King promotion type of deal. And I remember, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was Top Rank, but I remember just how different, like when the rounds come up, how it's different font and all that shit because they got their own little sauce they put on the fights. I remember that, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So that's why I mean I didn't know that it was his second go round with ESPN. And how did he, once he left ESPN and he got with HBO, was that the end of Don King and HBO needed boxing, or how did that work?
Well, HBO didn't. HBO was always looking for stars. Always. Seth Abraham, when HBO was on top, it was because of their boxing programmer, which was Seth Abraham. He was the best at it. That was boxing's golden age on HBO. You know, Don King, you know, at this time, after Mike Tyson, that's when things changed for Don King. He started to wane because he didn't have star power anymore. You didn't have star power in the heavyweight division. And like I said, with Arum, Leonard and Hagler, Hearns and Durant kept him afloat because they were HBO fighters. See how everything connects? You know, when he left ESPN, he still had popular fighters that would fight on HBO. Okay. And see, Bob Arum. Okay, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just saying, yeah, nah, I agree that ushered him into HBO basically, using those fighters. Yeah, go ahead.
Leonard was a superstar, man. He was the mini Ali, and Bob Arum, and plus, not only you had one fighter, you had multiple fighters that were legends that fought each other under the umbrella of Top Rank. That's what saved Bob Arum and HBO because they was always on HBO. Leonard Hagler, Closed Circuit TV. These were big fights. Hagler and Hearns. It gets no better than that. So Bob Arum was always there because he had the fighters, he had the star power. And let me tell you how it goes in boxing. Bob Arum had Miguel Cotto, right? And in New York, you got the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and they always staged a fight that Saturday night. It's smart. You know, everybody was going to the fight. They would sell out 18,000, 19,000 out of seat in the house. When Manny Pacquiao became popular, Miguel Cotto became second tier because he realized that, hey, wait a minute, I don't need Miguel Cotto no more. I got a new sensation, and his name is Manny Pacquiao because he saw the following that Manny Pacquiao had. The reason I brought this up, a boxer promoter is like a used car salesman. He'll sell you a lemon if you let him.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
That's the nature of the business, Cadillac.
That's big facts. That's big facts. But see, that's my issue right there. Well, I'm glad you said it like that because it sounds to me like back then he was able to sell and he realized, I could align this with that. I don't know if that was him or his team or whatnot. But it's not rocket science to say, yo, the Puerto Rican Day parade in New York is crazy, and I got a Puerto Rican fighter. We might as well fight that Saturday night and sell out crazy. That's not rocket science to me. But your goofy ass now can't sell shit. I'm just lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm baffled. If you sell it, if you could sell a lemon and you could sell a sucker to a sucker, why you ain't selling it? The next one lead me to my next question, OG. At what point did he feel like, yo, I need the white sensation, I need the white fighter, black fighters don't sell, and all this extra shit is just too extra hard for me, you know what I'm saying, and all that. At what point would you say?
This is where Bob Arum made a mistake, and he undersold the black public. Bob Arum made a bad calculation when he should have kept Mayweather. He could have threw the house at Mayweather and kept him and kept him happy. But he underestimated Floyd Mayweather. HBO did too. Look at the timeline. When Floyd left HBO and Top Rank, they both went down because you know why? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down right now. See, they overestimated the white American public because they thought ushering in Eastern European fighters like Golovkin and what's the dude that war for Kovalev, and European fighters like that white America was going to take to, and they put them on HBO and Bob Arum and Lomachenko, but the white American boxing fans said, nah, you're white like us, but you're not one of us. You're not white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. We'll wink our eye at you, but you're not one of us. You're not a Jerry Cooney. You're not a Tommy Morrison. You're none of those guys. You're from another country. And that's why HBO got rid of boxing, and Bob Arum started losing confidence because he thought the Tyson Furies was going to come over here and be another Jerry Cooney. Jerry Cooney was a sensation. He was on shows. He was on cover of magazines. Jerry Cooney was everywhere, and he thought that's why he brought Tyson Fury over here, and it didn't work out. Lomachenko didn't work out. Kovalev didn't work out. Golovkin, they gave him a commercial, an Apple commercial that people forgot. He didn't work out. So HBO and Bob Arum, they underestimated the white American fan base because the white Americans rejected the Eastern European fighter.
See, and this is a little bit where I can say I start to remember boxing and I start like following it. Not super tough, but tough enough that I could say I remember. I want to give Scam Daddy all the credit for the HBO shit, but I can't. That's Larry Merchant had some do with that. What's the other one? Letterman. Was it Letterman? And what's the other one that was there too? It was three of them, right? I can't.
You talking about Jim Lampley?
Yeah,
Letterman, Merchant?
Lampley. Yeah, Lampley and Larry Merchant. Them two, man. I'm telling you, they had a lot to do with that as far as putting that shit out to the public while they watching the fight. And to the casual, that narrative that they was painting didn't do any justice for HBO when it was all said and done. But yeah, Scam Daddy definitely helped it out. You know what I'm saying? He definitely told them what to say. So I'm not going. You can't excuse Scam Daddy. So he runs HBO into the ground. The car don't work no more. He decides to leave. What do you know? What made ESPN say "fuck it, we gonna rock with you again" type of deal, or how did that work out?
Because ESPN recognized that boxing was back. They gave him a sweetheart deal, and ESPN was right, and plus, I forgot the name that was the programmer. See, all these big companies, Cadillac, they have a sports programmer. It depends on who's in charge of the sports programming division. Like, I talked about Seth Abraham. He was a good programmer. He was a Jewish guy out of New York that was very smart, and that's when HBO was on top. I forgot the guy at ESPN, but he recognized we need to bring boxing back. And if you have high viewership, you're going to have sponsors, and you're going to make money. So ESPN took a chance on Bob Arum, and the fights are doing well. The Crawford fight did well, and the Lomachenko and Lopez fight did well because they can say, look, Bob, we'll give you a contract, but you got to put on good fights. You cannot put on trash fights. So they have a lot of power. They have to say so because they're the one that's paying the bucks. So that's how it works in the business of boxing. So, Bob Arum is still breathing because of ESPN. If Bob didn't have ESPN, then, he would be waning and going away. The guy's like 90 years old. I don't know how long, he has in the business, man. But, HBO, they underestimated the black dollar. They lost. How can you lose Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather? You got to be an idiot to do that, Cadillac Red. They underestimated him.
See, no. Hold on, OG. Because, see, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. But the difference, and I'm looking at this from a street perspective. You know what I'm saying? On some street shit. Now, if Scam Daddy lose all this shit and he go around and ESPN like, okay, we'll give you, you know what I'm saying, we'll help you out, we'll take a chance with you, and they give him a pistol, and the first thing he do is go steal Tyson Fury. No heavyweights that he had of any name, and he go steal Tyson Fury and 2 fights. That's what gets you in the game, to me. Having the other guys right now, if you let him tell you, he got a problem selling them. You know what I'm saying? He got a problem. Like that the Lomachenko Lopez fight was his only fight because it was them two. He been setting up that for a minute. All them other fights that set up was trash. I mean, I followed it because I'm a boxing fan, but it was trash. Nobody knew that. When Lopez fought the Japanese cat, nobody watched that shit. When Comey was fighting, I don't even know who Comey fought. I can't even remember who it was. Nobody watched that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? When Lopez fought Comey, that was barely there. It was hyped up, and Bud had to sell it. He had to put like his big pieces together to try to sell something to the public, and that shit was still free. It wasn't even motherfucking pay-per-view. So the shit that you doing or he was doing is not. It was obviously like, I don't even want to say moves of desperation. It's just dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid. Just stupid. I don't know people who move like that. I don't know if it's the second man in charge saying, yeah, Bob, do it. You know what I'm saying? Or what? Trying to give him a heart attack? Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know, man. It just looked real bad as far as the moves that he make and the presentation that he gives to the boxing fans.
And I want to say something too. See, the boxing promotions and network got to realize this. The American fight fan is different than any other because you can't just throw anybody out on the stage and expect us to go Google for Gaha. How many fighters, how many 50-year-old fighters can sell $1.5 million pay-per-view like Mike Tyson? See, they keep underestimating the black dollar. But see, this is where it works. This right here, what I'm going to say. A fighter has to have an organic, polarizing personality. See, they didn't have to prop up Mike Tyson and had a gimmick. Mike Tyson organically became a polarizing figure because of his raw power, his black trunks. He did wear socks, but you couldn't see him. So he rolled with that. And he was on ABC. See, the thing was the network was the magic ticket to get yourself known. It's not like that anymore. Where guys fought on prime time, Larry Holmes fighting Saturday night on free TV against Carl the Truth Williams. But the Mike Tysons, Floyd Mayweather used the social media and the boxing documentaries 24/7. That was his baby. People follow his model because it got him out there. Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard fighting on ABC. Leonard fought on CBS, NBC, HBO, and ABC. He fought on all the networks. That was the golden ticket. Plus, the Olympic teams are different because the amateur programs ain't that good anymore because they don't support it. They don't give money to it. But that's how it was. That's the model. So they lost confidence, but they continue to underestimate the black dollar. Now, we don't know where the next star going to come from, but if these promotional companies learn from their mistake, if you see a black fighter and he's excited, you better get him because those Eastern Europeans who are now in boxing, they can't sell to the white American boxing fans. They're not going for it.
Yeah, the reason, and I think the reason I say that with the white American boxing fans is because most of them went to UFC and they get knockouts over there. I mean, you can't sell me on a fighter. You can't say Floyd Mayweather boring and he keep winning and then think that the white boy gonna do the same thing and sell it to the white fighters. Because the white people were saying Floyd Mayweather boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. That's why I can't. I don't understand the whole model of what you're trying to push. Even if you, I don't know, man. I mean, I know Tyson had the bravado, and that's what sold him. But my thing is, you could sell Bud the same way. He dangerous. Don't put your hand close to his face because he might bite your hands off. Don't nobody want to fight him, and I'll set him up against anybody. And actually set the fights up. Don King was the man, and Tyson became the man because Don King set them fights up. Look at here. You gonna fight these dudes, and if you beat them all, shit. Everybody gonna say you the man. I'm gonna say you the man, and you ain't really got it. Look how Tyson was talking back then. People made fun of how he talked. It wasn't like Tyson was like, but he was ferocious, and he eat your kids. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. You gotta be able to sell that. If you're a promoter, man, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? That's your job. You can't be a valet. I'm a valet. I'm the manager of the valet. Kurt, I don't know how to drive. What I'm gonna do? The fuck we talk about? How you gonna be a valet? You can't drive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to promote this shit. So that's my that's like the big thing that I have. Like I said, as far as with him today. Now the Bob Arum of old, I definitely can see how he became Hall of Fame, world renowned. So I can't put that in quotations no more. Having the 4 horsemen and all that, and maybe we could sit down again and we'll figure out how he got into those fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand being a black fighter today, why you would sign with Bob Arum. And he can't sell you. I don't know. Let me ask you this one as far as the future with Scam Daddy. What you think about him and Joe Smith Jr.?
Would you say Joe Smith Jr.?
Yeah. Do you think? Because I got. Oh, hold on. Matter of fact, I do got one more for you. Talk to me about Scam Daddy and the WBO.
Obviously, they got something going. I don't know all the stipulations. This is behind the scene. It just seems like they should call it Bob Arum's sanctioned body, WBO. He seems to have that on lock. When you have a close relationship like that, it's very unhealthy, man. But see, boxing suffers because boxing needs a federal commission. Nobody polices these guys, so they can do stuff that me and you don't know about Cadillac Red, because people forget Bob Arum was being investigated. FBI was investigating him in 2099 and 2001. He had to go, he had to take the stand as a witness for boxing corruption, where he admitted this. This is not allegedly. This is fact. He admitted paying a promoter from East Orange, New Jersey, Bob Lee, who was the president of the IBF at the time, $100,000, $200,000 bribes to get his fighters ranked and top mandatories and top 1 and 2, because FBI had him on wiretaps. A lot of people don't know that. So when he took the stand, he had to come clean, and he had to dime out Bob Lee. Say, yeah, it's true. I gave him $200,000 to rank my fighter number 1. That right there is all facts.
Hold up, man. You got to start off with that, man. Come on, OG. You're supposed to be like, nah, man, this motherfucker's a liar and a rat. You a cheat and a rat? Oh, man, that's how you became Scam Daddy right there. Come on, man. Hold on, man. You paying shit off for the bullshit fighters, and then, okay, you going to do some illegal shit. I respect your mind. You got to do what you got to do for your company, whatnot. But then when you get caught, you rat. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. And you supposed to be a lawyer. You supposed to be able to know, get around. Oh, my God.
Bob Lee went to jail for that, 2 years.
Man, that shit crazy right there, man. Rat ass, Bob ass, Arum. Oh, man, I got some new names for you now, rat boy. Damn. That's fucked up right there. That's fucked up. Now, I mean, I know he had issues. Let me ask you about that one, since and shout out to my homeboy Bobby. You know what I'm saying? He watched the show all the time. He says the WBO is called Wherever Bob Orders. That's the name of that belt. If you ever knew.
He's right too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the name of the WBO. I seen it at the bottom of the words is real small. You know what I'm saying? But I seen it. So
Cadillac.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something real quick. If people don't know the level of corruption and the agendas that the powers that be have, I used to see Don King eat dinner with boxing judges like a week before the fight at this restaurant called Gallagher's. They used to have boxing conferences there. It was a real popular restaurant in Midtown Manhattan, and Don King used to eat dinner with the guys. Don King, all promoters, Bob Arum, they give special perks like brand new sports cars and apartments, free hotel stays and stuff like that. When you when you do favors like talk positive about people's companies, like if you had a boxing promotion company, Cadillac, and I said, man, Cadillac Red is the best promoter ever. They do that for a reason. They get special perks. That's how it works. That's business in America. That's boxing business. That's what it is. And boxing, I know a lot, so I'm not surprised by what goes on in boxing. The mob, I've seen people, fixes, all that. Remember the football player Mark Gastineau? That was all his fights were fixed.
Damn. Shit. Oh man. Okay, so let me ask you this one then. Okay, so Don King had heavyweights and he wound up, his heavyweights ran thin. Bob Arum wound up taking that victory. Now Bob seems like he's at a silent war with Al Heyman. Talk to me about how all that started and what that is, you know what I'm saying, and what's going on with that today.
Well, Bob Arum, when he look at Al Heyman, he sees Don King. He sees a man that's going to get him stiff competition. But Al is different because what makes Al dangerous is that he's quiet and he's never seen. So it's hard to get a hold on a man who's quiet and who's a ghost. You know, Al Heyman, has experience because he used to promote music groups, the Super Bud Fest, and he was a manager of New Edition and certain rap artists. But he's very smart, so he's a threat to Bob Arum. Bob Arum has a beef with Al Heyman, but Al Heyman don't have a beef with Bob Arum because Al Heyman is winning. Because Al Heyman, everything changed for Bob Arum in a bad way with Al Heyman. When Al Heyman was telling Mayweather what to do, and he got away from Bob Arum when Mayweather bought himself out of his own contracts of $750,000. And remember, when Mayweather and Heyman teamed up with each other, that's when Mayweather took off. He got that deal with Showtime. The Mayweather Pacquiao fight. Heyman has investors, very powerful friends, and they made money. See, PBC was losing money, but Al Heyman knew that. So when Al Heyman got Mayweather and Pacquiao, and Mayweather McGregor made himself and investors a lot of money. And Bob Arum got real mad at that. And he tried to take Al Heyman to court, but they threw it out. They told Bob Arum to go kick rocks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, rat boy. You rat. I can't believe that shit. Rat boy Bob Arum, man. Okay. So, to me, from what I see with Al Heyman, I think that Al Heyman took the same formula that Don King had, but he realized, if I treat the fighters right, you won't have to deal with none of the bullshit. And that's what I think is so easy with the game. You know what I'm saying? It's just do right by people. That's why I think he gets the love that he gets, and he doesn't have to even say anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, because Al making money, his PBC is making money, the fighters are making money. The fighters get a separate check. If you notice, when you look up at arenas, it may be like Adrian Bruner promotional companies, Mikey Garcia promotional companies, because they get an extra check. Al Heyman take care of the fighters, man. And Bob got mad at Al because he said he gave him too much. That's why they don't fight often. But that's the nature of the business because they make a lot of money. Al takes care of them. Look how many fighters done left Golden Boy and Top Rank. They come over to PBC and they become stars. They get the fight that they want. They get the money that they want.
That is so correct. That is so correct. Oh my God. Yeah, man. It happens just like that. And like I said, you just do right by people. Learn how to do right by people, man. Shit'll go so much smoother. So much smoother.
Cadillac. Yeah. There's enough money for everybody
to eat.
I don't care if the recession, everybody can eat. The money is going to be there. If you get the two fighters who can win and are popular, the money's going to be there. The money's going to be there. That's the nature of the business. People will pay to see good fights.
Yeah, make them good. All you got to do is make them good. That's all you got to do. You won't have to worry about nothing else. Shit. All right, well, yeah, man, that was really what I had. You know what I'm saying? The history of Scam Daddy from back then to today, for everybody. So now y'all know why, who he is, what he is. Rap boy Scam Daddy. You ask me. You want to tell the people how they can follow you, OG?
Yes, indeed. You can follow me on Blue Blood. I'm on Blue Blood Sports TV Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Stormy B-Man Boxing Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. We got the Three Wise Men of Boxing, me, Stormy B-Man, and Scrapbook Boxing. That's every Thursday. And I'm just glad, man. I support you guys, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. And all these boxing shows, man, we have monopolized boxing. See, I could tell you some horror stories. We'll talk about that on another telecast about the racism in boxing. See, the trick was this, Cadillac. They tried to monopolize boxing and keep boxing away from us, but we're so talented and resilient that we always had the best fighters and the most popular fighters. That's just the truth, nothing but the truth.
Absolutely. Stop trying to make super physical humans and then have a physical competition with them and be mad because you lost, idiot. You know what I'm saying? That just shit don't make no sense, man. All right, man. On that note, man, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, man. It's your boy Cadillac Red, man. I'm here. OG, thank you for coming through. Like I said, once again, very, very much appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? For blessing me with your time or whatnot and giving the people a great history lesson. And salute to the mighty LDBC. You know what I'm saying? We're about to stay, man. You know what I'm saying? What?